Now let's go over to the other tower and check through all the ordinators bullshit. Let's see what other kind of free shit we can get here. Okay. Look, they still give you free stuff, you just gotta work for it a bit more. Right, you can't just roll up to like Tamriel or whoever the fuck and be like, oh hey, I'm new with the blades. Oh, here you go, have 5 different skill books and 7,000 different potions. There you go, enjoy being a blade. But then, you're the Nerevarine? Psh, eat shit. Go die in the middle of a fucking volcano. When we had last left the Nerevarine, they had finally met with Vivek, the super god of the living tribunal dude, folks, and it was there that they learned of a lot of shit, and we're now preparing to take the battle to none other than Red Mountain and the devil Dagother. And in doing so, they needed to first read the plans that were cleverly set out before them, and of course, that involved getting some mystical and magical relics that were needed to stab a heart that belonged to a god, but not one of the ones that was around, kind of a dead god, but the heart still... But the soul still... How's it go? How's the fucking Soul Calibur thing go? But the soul lives on, or whatever. Nonetheless, the Nerevarine had to go out and do all that shit. There was also an old man that needed to be talked to. This is Morrowind Mondays. This is the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Welcome back. Zoop. There we go. And, hey, we also need to get some shoes, right? Because, well, we don't have any anymore. We left them back at Balmora, or, well, just outside Balmora. Alright, anyway, let's make sure we talk to Wulf, who is quite important, and seemingly a little bit out of place. I think, can't we talk to the barkeeper about this person? Let's see. Got some beds. Huh. Someone in particular? No. Maybe you can only talk to them about this person after you speak to them yourself. Crater Citadels? The only approach to the Crater Citadels is up Foyada Isunadon from Fort Moonmoth, through the Ghost Fence at the Fortress of Ghostgate, and down into the crater.
Our doors are always open.
Okay, Wulf.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it. Hello. They call me Wulf. What brings you to Ghostgate? Ghostgate? This is a hell of a place. Why are you here? Perhaps I should keep my business here secret. I am the Nerevarine, and I go to confront Dagother and his citadel. Well, not just yet, but very soon. What's interesting about Wulf's face is that, like, it looks like they specially did up his face for the, like, texture pack and all of that. The, like, AI-generated texture pack. I don't know, it seems especially more, I don't know, cleaned up? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, anyway, I'm the Nerevarine, and I go to confront Dagother in his citadel. What a piece of luck! Look, I'm an old Legion veteran. As old as the poor old Emperor, bless his soul. I'm too old for campaigning. I came this far to look at hell, but I can't go any farther than this. I'd take it kindly if you'd carry this lucky old coin with you when you go to Dagother. Sort of a token of the tough young hero I used to be. Would you do that for an old man? I'm sorry, but my mother told me never to accept gifts from strangers. What an odd, what an odd little response you can have. You know, okay, I'll take your old lucky coin to Dagother with me. That's very kind of you. Here's the coin. I've had it with me a long time, and it's always brought me luck, but I've no more use for it, and I'd like to pass it on to somebody younger. Somebody going places I can't go anymore. Your generation's shaper of history, an engine of destiny. That coin will bring you luck on the mountain, I promise. For Emperor and Empire, as we say in the Legions, go with Kinnereth. Old Man's Lucky Coin has been added to your inventory. Journal updated. Okay, let's talk more about you. Wulf, that's me. Okay, how about Ghostgate? Thank you for taking my old lucky coin with you. I hope it brings you luck in Dagoth. Poor old Emperor? The Emperor is getting old. Don't know how much longer he'll hang on. So is the whole Empire, for that matter. Getting old, that is. The Emperor and the Legions have held the Empire together for hundreds of years. It's been a good thing by and large, but maybe it's time for a change. Time for something young and new. What? No idea. Because I'm old. Old dog doesn't get new ideas. But maybe young folks like you should try some new ideas. I don't know. Could be messy, but change is never pretty. Honestly, very poignant words coming from someone such as this, right? Huh. Okay. Yeah. Very interesting words. Alright, yeah, sure. Let's see, let's refer to our journal. At Ghostgate, I met an old Imperial veteran. He asked me to take an old lucky coin with me when I go to Dagoth, and I agreed. He gave me the coin, an old worn Imperial Drake, and hoped it would bring me luck. It is strange, but I have a feeling. I know this encounter has marked my fate and fortune. You have gained a new power, Luck of the Emperor. Look, I don't think it normally says this. Okay, let's see. Luck of the Emperor. Fortified luck attribute, 20 points for 2 minutes on self. Which ultimately is really not that great. Right, that's only 2% better at almost everything, right? You're 2% better at almost everything for 2 minutes. Not a lot. But it's something. It's something, I guess. Okay. Sure. And now can we ask about
Tell
Wulf?
your friends about this place.
Let's see. We can. Okay, excellent. Wulf. Old Imperial fellow, Legion veteran, named Wulf? No. Nobody like that up here that I remember. Don't remember any old Legion veterans here at all. Not in a very long time. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. And I believe, if I remember correctly, if we head on through here, and then back up, or maybe you have to go further. No, alright, yeah, dude is gone. But, so, especially given the coin, it is heavily implied and inferred by a lot of folks, given the coin and given, like, the descriptions, and the age especially, right? Let's see. There we are. Yeah, it's completely indistinguishable from any other septum, other than the fact that it doesn't stack in the unique name. As far as I know. But, that's supposed to be, for folks who don't know, that's supposed to be Talos. That's supposed to be the god mode version of Tiber Septim, right? Not Tiber Septim the man, but Talos the god. You know, if you do buy into the interpretation that as Talos, Tiber Septim is a bit more of a different changed entity, and perhaps is more kindly or carries more wisdom than Tiber Septim the man. But of course, there's also interpretations where they are one and the same, right? Which is a lot of the doctrine behind what the Thalmor are very much into, right? And not entirely their reasoning for it, because also just as well, like whether or not you think that Talos is a changed being and is like different sort of from Tiber Septim the man, you could still hold the belief that, like, whether or not you think there was any change after the fact, after that sort of ascendancy, you could still be like, there was an ascendancy, you know? That should not be, right? You could also just as well believe it that way, right? But I think it is, I want to say it's common among the Thalmor in Skyrim land times that there is not much different with regards to personality between the two, right? Which is probably the least charitable way of going about it. But I feel like here, I don't know, well, maybe this was just a more charitable representation of Talos. I don't know, by way of the writers and whatnot. Who can say? But here, Talos definitely seems way more kindly than you would anticipate from one Tiber Septim, right? I don't know. I feel like godhood and, like, time, the passage of time, granted, I don't know, chilled that motherfucker out, for lack of a better phrase, right? I don't know. Like I said, it's very much, well, it's very much up to interpretation, isn't it? Right? How Elder Scrollsian. But, nonetheless, that is meant to be Talos, Tiber Septim there, which is pretty fucking wild. And I'm pretty sure there's no, like, we did play Oblivion, I'm fairly certain there's no, like, similar reference in Oblivion, right? But the words there very much allude to the fall of the Empire and the, like, I don't know, the thesis of something new, right? Or the synthesis of something new, right? Maybe, hey, you know what? In thinking of this in, like, some fucking Fallout New Vegas terms, sorry, it's been on my mind recently. But, you know, your thesis would be the Imperials, the Empire, the Tamrielic Empire, and then your antithesis, your antithesis, however you prefer, would be the Third Aldmeri Dominion, right? And then out of that would be born something new and maybe something better. But I completely forgot that Talos has such a, like, optimistic outlook over that, right? Like, still saying, like, it'll be messy, but is still fairly optimistic. Huh. And I wonder, a large part of me wonders if that's what, like, the new series of games is going to more be about, right? Because originally, I believe it was planned, don't quote me on this, but I'm fairly certain it was planned that the Elder Scrolls might well just end after Oblivion, and that would be the last Elder Scrolls game, right? I want to say that for a while there, maybe not even during the development of Oblivion, but maybe during the development of Morrowind. I'm not sure, I can't quite remember. I'd even have to, like, look up where I remember hearing this from. But I think originally it was slated to end with Oblivion because that was the end of Uriel Septim VII, right? And the Elder Scrolls games would just, like, be an arc during the lifetime of that specific emperor, right? But, hey, maybe this, like, new anthology of Elder Scrolls games that begins with Skyrim and ends, shit, maybe with Elder Scrolls 6, who knows? Who knows how many parts it'll consist of. But there's thinking that will cover sort of like a change in the Empire. Because obviously it ain't one emperor's, like, lifetime or all of that, right? Unless there's something we don't know. That's also possible, right? There's a lot up in the air for the time being. But I like to think that maybe, I kind of buy into the popular theory that it may be about sort of the creation of something new, right? I don't know. There's a shitload of theories going around, right? And that's sort of the beauty of the Elder Scrolls, right? That because it's also open to interpretation, there's so many different plausible theories. Even some of the more wild ones are still kind of plausible, right? Still, very much looking forward to seeing how that pans out. But hey, wild to see that I don't think it's planned, right? I don't know how planned that was for, like, something as distant as, like, Elder Scrolls 6, if that's where it ends up going down. Or even, I guess a stretch could be, like, 5 for Skyrim, where, like, you begin to see the early parts of, like, the Empire fading and then needing to be rebuilt into something better, which sounds like the perfect thing for an Elder Scrolls protagonist to play a role in, right? Like a pivotal role in the refounding of the Empire, not necessarily even in name as the Empire, right? Because, you know, empires not necessarily have a good connotation about them, right? And case in point, in a lot of the games, right, a lot of the times they show off like, yeah, the Empire kind of fucking sucks at times, right? Just, you know, not always that great either. But it's been kind of a necessary evil in the face of even worse shit, right? Such as the way of the Elder Scrolls. There's always some, like, ultra supernatural force or whatever at play that makes shit even worse for everybody. Anyway. Very curious to see where they end up pointing things with 6, right? But hey, we probably got at least 5 more years until that, but we'll see. Some people have very optimistic ideas that it may be significantly shorter than that, which, hey, I'm game for that. All right. Anyway. Let us head on out of here. We need to look for some fucking shoes, right?
This better be important.
Do you actually... Oh, faction members only. Oh, great. Okay. Well, hey, Fonus Retherin. Look, I know... Look, see, you say here that you've heard about the Lord Vivek declaring me to be the incarnate in the Nerevarine of Prophecy. And you know why I'm up here, right? You know I'm here to start the assault on Red Mountain and, like, you know, begin taking out Dagothar's lieutenants. You can't get me in? You can't barter with me? It's pretty important stuff that I'm up to. You don't want to barter with me? Come on. I still gotta be a member of the fucking temple? You shitting me? Come on. I can't even join up here, I don't think. Good lord. Shit, at other times... People are just handing us out free shit, you know? Like fucking the Thieves Guild, the Fighters Guild and all that. We get like free shit from them every month or so, you know? How come we're at this point and we can't go around up here talking to a whole bunch of people like, oh, fuck yeah, here, you're the Nerevarine, you're up here on your own, you gotta lead this like one-man campaign into the heart of hell itself? Right? Well, here, shit, take a nice set of armor and all of that. Or here, fucking take 100 septums at least, right? Fucking at the beginning of this, we could go talk to all the blades and we got like free potions to cure disease and all that shit, you know? Get some healing potions, magica potions. Out here, fucking people ain't sparing shit. Nobody gives a damn. Let's see, Booyan Armiger. Do you have anything to say about this Wulf person? Nah, same. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's bust into here, because I do want to see if we can get some free shoes, because I'm fairly certain you can, but I might be misremembering. Here, let's wait for an hour so we get our fatigue back up. Also, quick saving. Good. Don't think I was seen. Nothing in there. Alright, well, nothing. Is there like a hidden weapon or anything here? No, I don't think so. Alright, sure. Huh.
My time is
I want to say there's somewhere here that we can get some good shit. I want to say that's the case. Let's see. Oh, shit. Okay, let's quick load real quick. Okay, let's actually activate our Stealthy Time Amulet. Oh, we don't even have it bound. Okay. Shadows. There we go. Good. Oh, shit. Okay, here, let's see if it's... is it even worth it? No, it's not even worth it. There is an ebony short sword. I mean, that's not half bad. Right? Okay, let's quick load. Fucking A. Okay, let's head on back over this way. There we go.
Yes,
we
sir.
could pick into these, but I don't think there's any benefit to these either. Right? Let's see. May as well give it a shot. I don't know. It's pretty touch and go. Oh, it's just cutlery. It's just a shitload of cutlery. Okay, fine. Maybe we can get you to look the other direction.
road.
There we go. Yeah. Oh, you're still locked onto me. Okay, that'll do. Good.
Get out of
Oh,
here.
fuck. Alright, we're gonna quick load out of the crime. There we are. Like we've said a million times before in this playthrough. I guess just in case you're joining right now. Not nearly as interesting getting arrested in what do you call it? In Morrowind relative to the newer games, relative to Oblivion or Skyrim, right? The system is very... Well, it's impressive that there even is a system.
Get out of here.
Oh, shit.
Get out of here.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Okay. I don't even think this is where there would be a secret stash. Right? I'm pretty sure there's like an armory or something somewhere. Let's keep poking around.
But make it quick.
Let's see. Let's pin this as well. Check our local map. Huh. Yeah, there is the lower level. That may be it. This may be the ticket. Because we really only need some, like, glass boots. Alright.
What do you want?
Man, they got this spooky-ass, like, Daedric devil face hats.
I will listen, Outlander, but make it quick.
I don't believe they have anything interesting to say. Oh, courtesy. Okay. Sure, let's ask about courtesy.
Yes, I said that the Legion has no courtesy, wit, poetry, or honor. I will concede that you have wit and poetry if you can win a contest of riddles.
Oh, okay. Am I with the Legion? I don't think I am. Okay, I think we just so happen to have courtesy unlocked. I'm not even sure that we're with... Yeah, we're not even actually with the Imperial Legion to be able to engage in that fucking quest. Right? But hey, that's an Imperial Legion quest there. Okay.
What now?
Let's see. Can I peek into here? Maybe. There we go. Let's give it a shot. Anything back here? Oh. There's a creepy dude. Uh-oh, lock too complex. Okay. Let's give it a master's pick. Uh-oh. Whew, thank goodness. Alright. Great. Very eerie how that dude is just looking in the corner like that. That is really wild and fucked up. Alright. Let's see in here. How about if we use another apprentice's pick? Oh, please. There we go. Oh, it's garbage. I think that's just a generic armature right there. Amulet of Ushija. Oh. Look at all this shit. They don't want to give me any of it, huh?
Yes,
Fuck.
sir.
Uh-oh. This motherfucker sees me. Hey, what's up? Do you have anything interesting to say? No? Crater Citadels?
5 ancient Dwemer citadels in the crater of Red Mountain are occupied by Dagoth and his ash vampire kin.
Okay. Shield of Wounds. Helm of Wounding. Ebony Mace. Some enchanted glass weapons. Frost Sword, Fire Sword, Poison Sword, Storm Sword, and a Jink Blade, of course. Okay. Wow, neat. I had no idea they had like a full elemental set right there. Anything in these? A steel club? Meh. Nothing in there. Nor there. Okay, sure. I would, however, like to get inside of this. I don't know if we'll be able to, though. Not with this dickhead here. Okay, here. Maybe. I don't know if it's gonna work. Okay, here. Do I have any other bullshit? Huh. Shadow Weave Ring. Fuck it. Let's use it. Okay.
Then throw down.
Oh, fuck.
What are you doing? Get out.
I just want to look inside.
What are you doing? Get out.
He's very angry about it. Okay, we're backing out, Huh. I've never heard of the Amulet of Ushija, though. I wonder what that's about. Okay, can we talk to this dude? We can, but nothing in particular. Alright. Fair enough. I could have sworn there was a place in here where there was like a full set of easily accessed glass armor. There may still be, we just haven't gotten to it yet. Right?
Yes, sir.
I wonder if originally there was going to be more shit with the Boolean armigers. You know, given like all of these named NPCs here, who seem like fairly important.
Tavern. I'm sure I can't help you.
Because there's really not that much. Oh, hey, this is it, huh? Fuck yes, this is it. Okay. Do you actually buy and sell? You do. Oh, yo, okay. Wow, the bracers. Fairly rare if I remember, right? All these other pieces. What do we have equipped? We just got like netch leather. Fucking A. Should we get some glass? Why not, right? Should we do that? Hell yeah. I think we should. But we should get the 5-finger discount, baby. Okay. You have anything else to say? Ordinators?
The Order of the Watch provides guards for temples and shrines.
How about the armigers?
The buoyant armigers pattern themselves on Lord Vivek's heroic spirit of exploration and adventure, and they emulate his mastery of the varied arts of personal combat, chivalric courtesy, and subtle verse.
What now?
Okay, here's the pauldrons that we want. Let's make sure this dude is locked in there. Okay, great. Okay, cool. And then, let's get this rolling. Okay, and then we should be fine to just take these pauldrons. Yeah, no problem. And then we'll come over here and grab some shoes. There we go. Hey, look. If y'all aren't offering them, you know, I'll take them. They're just out here for free for the taking. I don't mind. Okay. Let's get this shit equipped, right? There we go. Cool. Okay, and then let's bind this with inventory item and our boots. That way we still have our quick swapping. Great. Perfect. Do we want a fun hat or anything like that? I feel like we don't, you know? Our current shit is quite nice. And I'm fairly certain that the cephalopod helms provide more armor. Or maybe not. No, they have more enchant on them. Yeah. And maybe I would rather have... Well, would I rather have more armor rating or more spell absorption on hand? We'll just keep it this way, right? I like the cephalopod helm. I think it looks more Morrowind than the glass helmet. I mean, shit. Even the Boolean armigers barely wear the fucking glass helmets, you know? They don't even wear them. Why the fuck should I? Okay. Let's head on over here. Good, yeah. Alright. Now let's go over to the other tower and check through all the Ordinator's bullshit. Let's see what other kind of free shit we can get here. Okay. Look. They still give you free stuff. You just gotta work for it a bit more. Right? You can't just roll up to like Torellian or whoever the fuck and be like, oh hey, I'm new with the blades. Oh, here you go. I have 5 different skill books and 7,000 different potions. There you go. Enjoy being a blade. But then you're the Nerevarine? Psh, eat shit. Go die in the middle of a fucking volcano. Nobody gives a shit. Alright, let's go over here. Let's head down. Oh, can we ask them about Wulf? Yeah, but nothing new. How about your trade? What is your trade? I'm a healer. I have sworn solemn oaths in the College of Restoration to heal the afflicted and cure the diseased. but I have also studied both the unarmed, unarmored martial arts of the Khajiit and the light-armored and blunt weapon styles of the Imperial West, both for self-defense and for disabling and killing dangerous opponents. I sell spells, and I am a spell maker who creates spells to your specifications. I can also teach you in my skills for a fee. Well, that's not true at all. You are not a spell maker. That's a complete fabrication. But it is interesting that I guess in Morrowind times, it was more canonical that the Empire specialized in light armor rather than having like a versatile spread of light and heavy. Also medium, of course, in the time of Morrowind. But, yeah, very interesting. But also makes a lot more sense with their, their like ancient Roman aesthetic. That definitely checks out more with light armored. Okay, let's see. What spells do you have? Burden, Magic Guard, Restore some attributes, Cure Poison. Meh. Shield of the Armiger. Neat name, but of no use to me. Okay, you sell potions. Sure, well, I do not need any of that. Thanks.
Speak, traveler.
Okay, over here. What do? You sell stuff? Yeah, also potions. Sure.
Speak, traveler.
Ironic that they'll trade with me here at the Ordinator Tower.
Speak, traveler.
Alright. Hey. Let's see. Do you have anything new or different? No, you do not. Your trade? No. What do you think of the buoyant armatures?
The light-hearted buoyant armigers are rivals of the more solemn ordinators in service to the temple.
Okay. And the ordinators?
The Order of the Inquisition identifies and suppresses heresy among priests and laymen.
Okay. I wonder if there was originally going to be a point where you could join the ordinators, right? And carry out some of their, like, fascist doctrine and all of that. That'd be very fascinating. Right? Because, shit, you can join the temple but that's more as, like, a pilgrim/priest. Right? You can't actually join, like, the military order. It definitely sounds like something that you would be able to do, right? Maybe it was cut in the interest of time. Okay. Let's go over to the lower level, and we'll peek around and see what cool, fun items we can get our hands on, if any. Okay. Got a small treasure chest filled with cutlery.
My time is
not nearly
precious,
as many
so make
people
it
down in
quick.
this lobby area. Okay. Got some amulets. Sure. Some of this business over here. Think we can sneak a quick pick here? Yeah. And of course, yeah, the Ordinator armor. Well, the Indoril armor, technically speaking. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I think that's what we'll mostly find down here. The rear guard. Hey, there we go. Get some light armor. Okay. Good. Over here. Give this a quick pick. Yeah, just their usual fare. Okay. Over this way. Good. It's got to be said, there's a few books in ESO
Hit the road.
that cover ordinators and like all of their rituals and stuff, and I feel like it adds a lot of cool shit to them, right? To like how they go through blessing their armor and stuff and like sanctifying it before equipping it and all that shit. Oh, look. Tower of Dawn vault key. Oh, fuck. I want that. This person just got the fuck out of here. I mean, that works for me. Look. If you just want to leave your fucking vault exposed, sure. Look, they really are practically like handing over all their goodies. There we are. Is this the vault? Fuck yeah, it is. Okay, sure. Oh fuck, there's a dude in here. Are they gonna mind? No, there's no such thing as trespassing in Morrowind. Not like
Keep
this.
moving.
There we go. We'll just have you look over this direction. Great. Until your vision cone locks. Alright. Ebony stuff. Sure. Can we quick save? Are they less adept at detecting our stealth than the armatures? They might be.
What are you doing?
Oh, nope.
Get out!
Oh, okay. Alright. Oh my gosh. Oh, resist arrest.
Your fate.
Okay. I just want to see. I just want to see. Okay, nothing. Let's quick load. Okay, we're good. We're good. Man, not even actually a full set of Induril armor in here, though. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, holy shit. The Ordinator's, like, equipment stash is way worse. It's like fucking Garbo Zone in here. Huh. They don't even have a set of their signature armor. Do you say something if I talk to you here? No. Nothing in particular. Oh, background?
I'm an ordinator.
Okay. Sure. Great. Okay. Let's head on over this way. Pop this door. Good. Oh, shit. There we are. Check over here. Anything good in this? Nah, just their sleeping zone. Oh, here's a very precarious looking treasure chest. I don't know if I've ever actually gone through this one. It's probably just nothing, right? Probably just like a stack of 60 gold or some shit. Jeez. Oh my gosh! It's your potion stash. Okay. You know what? I actually will take it. Okay, good. I love that. Got any other good ones? Bargain restore health. Is it even worth carrying? I don't think so. Okay. You must be a potion seller. Yeah, okay. And you do spells too? Oh shit, you have a lot of different spells though. Zenithar's Gospel. What are you doing with that? Huh. Weird. Velos Grace, that makes sense coming from you, right? Because you're part of the Tribunal Temple. But Zenithar's Gospel, that's under the Tamrielic Empire's pantheon, right? Zenithar? Or am I mistaken? Yeah, that's like the Imperial cult. Huh. Yeah, that seems fucked. I don't know, seems fucked up. Why do you know that? Jeez. Hang on, why do you know that? Yo, come on, yo, Ordinators, get in here. Throw this lady in the moon. She's trying to teach me Zenithar's Gospel over here? I don't think she's supposed to do that. Put her ass in the fucking moon. What the fuck?
This official outlander.
Anything else over here? Nah. Alright, we've looped around.
A lot of patience for questions,
Alright.
Outlander.
Wow, holy shit. We actually explored all of it and filled quite a bit of time, right? Which is excellent for us because we are trying to fill time, right? Like I said, we're not even going to try to hide it. We're trying to pad things out intentionally because, as we had said prior, these final parts of the game, they go through really quickly, right? We don't even really have an opportunity to read these important missives that we have before the game's up, right? It sounds like we have a lot ahead of us, but it can be done very rapidly, as we saw in Volume 1. Anyhow, shit, let's call it right here, but we're gonna close things up by reading one of those enormously long notes that we had gotten, huh? Seems like a good-ass idea. Alright. Let's see, because, hey, they're very fitting for where we are with regards to the story, and they're not going to really age very well in the sense that it's not gonna make much fucking sense if we read them after the main story is complete. Okay. So, the next one that we had picked up, we had read the plan to defeat Dagothr. Now we can read about the Battle of Red Mountain. There we go. Good. Yeah, the Battle of Red Mountain. Okay. If you'll excuse me, it is quite the read. I'm gonna take a little drink here. Okay, let me just double check. Oh yeah. This is a fucking read. See, like I said before, the pacing in these last parts of the main quest is so fucked up. Right? Already the pacing of Morrowind's main quest is a little suspect, right? In that there's moments of like dungeon crawling, action, going through places, exploring, and then bam, lore dump. 50 minutes, 2 hours of lore being dumped right onto your ass. And it's no more egregious than any other part of the game than right here toward the end when you speak with Vivek, because we're trying to pad out and spread it out. So we're not just having like imagine if we read all of this. It would be like, it could probably be like 3-4 hours of reading and parsing and having a like fucking dissertation for each one of these fucking notes. What the fuck? Anyway. That's why like I've said before, like I can't really fault anyone who finds it difficult to get into Morrowind's story, because it is kind of like difficult to parse because there is so much shit thrown at you, right? But on the flip side, because there is so much shit thrown at you, like we've also discussed before, and because it is so dense, on replays, you often like internalize different things or make different connections, right? As was the case with us very frequently in the House Lalu arc, right? Anyway, the Battle of Red Mountain and the rise and fall of the Tribunal. The following is a transcript of the words of Lord Vivek, addressed to a dissident priest, Malur Omain, who confronted Vivek with the Ashlander traditions surrounding the Battle of Red Mountain, and with prophecies of the Nerevarine, and to unnamed magistrates of the Inquisition, who joined Vivek in interrogating the dissident priest. Have we ever met Malur Omain? Were they at Bardau or at Halamayan? I don't think they were. Maybe they were at Bardau, right? At the Ministry of Truth or whatever it was called. Maybe. I feel like they're dead as hell, though, you know? I feel like they are dead as hell. And have been dead as hell for years and years. Anyway. Who can clearly recall the events of the distant past? But you have asked me to tell you, in my own words, the events surrounding the Battle of Red Mountain, the birth of the Tribunal, and the prophecies of a Nerevar reborn. Here is what I can tell you. When the Chimer first abandoned the herds and tents of their nomadic ancestors and built the first great houses, we loved the Daedra and worshipped them as gods. But our brethren, the Dwemer, scorned the Daedra and mocked our foolish rituals and preferred instead their gods of reason and logic. So the Chimer and Dwemer were always at bitter war, until the Nords came and invaded Resdain. Only then did the Chimer and Dwemer put away their strife and join together to cast out the invaders. Once the Nords were driven out, General Nerevar of the Chimer and General Dumak of the Dwemer, who had come to love and respect one another, resolved to make peace between their peoples. In that time, I was but a junior counselor to Nerevar, and Nerevar's queen, Almalexia, and his other favorite counselor, Sothersil, always doubted that such a peace might long survive, given the bitter disputes between Chimer and Dwemer. But by negotiation and compromise, Nerevar and Dumak somehow managed to preserve a fragile peace. I love how here as well, once again, Morrowind is open to interpretation. Love and respect for one another between Nerevar and Dumak. You could totally interpret it as like love and respect as like strong leaders and like a friendship, a bond. Or you could also interpret it as like they fucked, right? It's Morrowind, right? The history of Morrowind. Who ain't fucking who? Everybody's fucking everybody as far as I'm concerned. This is just one huge fucking fuck party here on Vardenfell, baby. Everybody's fucking. Alright. But when Dagoth, Lord of House Dagoth, and trusted as a friend by both Nerevar and the Dwemer, brought us proof that High Engineer Kagranak of the Dwemer had discovered the heart of Lorkhan, and that he had learned how to tap its powers, and was building a new god, a mockery of Chimer faith and a fearsome weapon. We all urged Nerevar to make war on the dwarves, and to destroy this threat to Chimer beliefs and security. Nerevar was troubled. He went to Dumak and asked if what Dagothur said was true, but Kagranak took great offense, and asked whom Nerevar thought he was, that he might presume to judge the affairs of the Dwemer. I mean, a lot of this is interesting and all that, but just as well, they kind of gloss over a lot of the general, fucked up cruelty of the Dwemer, right? like it is kind of curious that, Nerevar was able to forge this peace with the Dwemer, but at the same time, the Dwemer were, keen on torturing the shit out of everybody, right? Torturing and enslaving and, altering the fucking, genetic makeup of some folks. You know, it is wild to be able to have, garnered any degree of peace with them, right? Maybe they got them to, stop that shit? I don't know. I don't know entirely, how Dwemeri rule went down and all of that, right? Is it that there were some subsects that were still undergoing, the twisted, fucked up experiments on the snow elves and all that shit on the Falmer, creating the Falmer? You know? Were they doing that in secret still? I can't remember if it's ever put into words, and if it is, like I said, I just legit cannot remember. But really wild. And frankly, no wonder so many people doubted the continued peace between them, right? They were out here torturing people. They had fucked up. Can you really be at peace with these folks who have built structures for torturing and witnessing the torture of other folks publicly? They revel in people getting chopped up into fucking chicken tenders. No wonder everybody was I don't know if this is gonna last. Fucking A, it makes sense. They kind of gloss over it here, and yeah, the tribunal are shitty, but fair enough. I would feel the same way about the peace with the Dwemer lasting. I don't know. It really depends on how their society functions and everything, right? I guess it really fucking depends. Okay. Let's see. Over here. Okay, mockery, yada yada. Asked Nerevar whom Nerevar thought he was, that he might presume to judge the affairs of the Dwemer. And I wonder how long that period of peace was, just as well, right? Anyway. Nerevar was further troubled, and made pilgrimage to Halamayan, the sacred temple of Azura, and Azura confirmed that all that Dagothur said was indeed true, and that the creation of a new god of the Dwemer should be prevented at all costs. When Nerevar came back and told us what the goddess had said, we felt our judgments confirmed, and again counseled him to war, chiding Nerevar for his naive trust in friendship, and reminding Nerevar of his duty to protect the faith and security of the Chimer against the impiety and dangerous ambitions, I think it's a typo, of the Dwemer. It says ambitious. Anyhow. Then Nerevar went back to Vardenfell one last time, hoping that negotiations and compromise might once again preserve the peace, but this time, the friends Nerevar and Dumak quarreled bitterly, and as a result the Chimer and Dwemer went to war. The Dwemer were well defended by their fortress at Red Mountain, but Nerevar's cunning drew most of Dumak's armies out into the field, and pinned them there, while Nerevar, Dagothur, and a small group of companions could make their way into the Heart Chamber by secret means. Which, you know what, going back as well, that it was Dagothur who was the first one to sound the alarm. That yeah, the Dwemer are fucked up as shit, right? That makes it even more tragic, the ultimate fate of Warren Dagoth, right? the ultimate fate of Warren Dagoth becomes even more tragic. Because fucking old-timey Warren Dagoth was like, fuck these dudes, they're really fucked up, right? They're literally trying to build like some sort of robot god, right? I don't know. That makes it even more fucked and sad. Anyhow, let's get back to this. Let's see. While Nerevar, Dagoth and a small group of companions could make their way into the Heart Chamber by secret means. There, Nerevar, the Chimer King, met Dumok, the Dwarf King, and they both collapsed from grievous wounds and draining magics. With Dumok fallen and threatened by Dagoth and others, Kagranak turned his tools upon the heart, and Nerevar said he saw Kagranak and all his Dwemer companions at once disappear from the world. In that instance, Dwemer everywhere disappeared without a trace. But Kagranak's tools remained, and Dagoth seized them, and he carried them to Nerevar, saying, "That fool Kagranak has destroyed his own people with these things. We should destroy them right away, lest they fall into the wrong hands." But Nerevar was resolved to confer with his queen and his generals who had foreseen that this war would come, and whose counsel he would not ignore again. "I will ask the tribunal what we shall do with them, for they have had wisdom in the past that I had not. Stay here, loyal Dagoth, until I return." So Nerevar told Dagoth to protect the tools and the Heart Chamber until he returned. Right. How fucking tragic. Dagoth, like, honestly, low-key, a fucking champion of his time, right? Like, fucking helped everybody out, not just the Chimer, but, like, all of the fucking planet by calling out the Dwemer for building their, like, fucking weapon of mass destruction, right? Wielding godlike power and shit like that, right? Fucking Dagoth legit played an integral role in saving the fucking day back then, right? How fucking tragic of a story. Anyhow. Then, Nerevar was carried to us, where we waited on the slopes of Red Mountain, and he told us all that had transpired under Red Mountain. What Nerevar had said was that the Dwemer had used special tools to turn their people into immortals, and that the heart of Lorkhan held wondrous powers. Only later did we hear from others present that Dagoth had thought the Dwemer destroyed, not made immortal, and no one knows for sure what really happened there. Very Elder Scrollsy, right? After hearing Nerevar, we gave our counsel as he requested, proposing, "We should preserve these tools in trust for the welfare of the Chimer people, and who knows, perhaps the Dwemer are not gone forever, but merely transported to some distant realm, from which they may someday return to threaten our security once again. Therefore, we need to keep these tools, to study them, their principles, so that we may be safe in future generations." And though Nerevar voiced his grave misgivings, he was willing to be ruled by our council, under one condition, that we all together should swear a solemn oath upon Azura that the tools would never be used in the profane manner that the Dwemer had intended. We all readily agreed and swore solemn oaths at Nerevar's dictation. So then, we went with Nerevar back into Red Mountain and met with Dagoth. Dagoth refused to deliver the tools to us, saying they were dangerous and we could not touch them. Dagoth seemed to be irrational, insisting that only he could be trusted with the tools, and then we guessed that he had somehow been affected by his handling of the tools. But now, I feel sure that he had privately learned the powers of the tools, and had, in some confused way, decided he must have them for himself. Then Nerevar and our guard resorted to force to secure the tools. Somehow, Dagoth and his retainers escaped, but we gained the tools and delivered them to Sothasil for study and safekeeping. For some years we kept the oaths we swore to Azura, with Nerevar. But during that time, in secret, Sothasil must have studied the tools and divined their mysteries, and at last he came to us with a vision of a new world of peace, with justice and honor for nobles and health and prosperity for the commoners, with the tribunal as immortal patrons and guides, and dedicating ourselves to this vision of a better world. We made a pilgrimage to Red Mountain, and transformed ourselves with the power of Kagranak's tools. And no sooner than we had completed our rituals and begun to discover our newfound powers, the Daedra Lord Azura appeared and cursed us for our forsworn oaths. And I believe, isn't this the propaganda version? Right? This is like the half-truth version, and later we'll read the one that's like the more, I don't know, illicit accounting of the events. I think it's in the notes, Nerevar at Red Mountain, or maybe it's in the super secret notes at the super secret library, which we'll check out later. Anyway, by her powers of prophecy, she assured us that her champion, Nerevar, true to his oath, would return to punish us for our perfidy, and to make sure each profane knowledge might never again be used to mock and defy the will of the gods. But Sothasil said to her, "The old gods are cruel and arbitrary, and distant from the hopes and fears of Myr. Your age is past. We are the new gods, born of the flesh, and wise and caring of the needs of our people. Spare us your threats and chiding in constant spirit. We are bold and fresh, and will not fear you." Which, all in all, does sound very much a good thing, right? And that they have, there is truth to it, right? The old gods were cruel and arbitrary. They were distant from the hopes and fears of the people that they, presided over, you know? And these new gods would, or could, be far more wise and caring for the needs of their people. And then, in that moment, all Chimer were changed into Dunmer, and our skins turned ashen, and our eyes into fire. Of course, we only knew at that time that this had happened to us. But Azura said, "This is not my act, but your act. You have chosen your fate, and the fate of your people, and all the Dunmer shall share your fate, from now to the end of time. You think yourselves gods, but you are blind, and all is darkness." And Azura left us alone, in darkness, and we were all afraid. But we put on brave faces, and we went forth from Red Mountain to build the new world of our dreams. And the new world we shaped was glorious and generous, and the worship of the Dunmer fervent and grateful. The Dunmer were at first afraid of their new faces, but Sothasil spoke to them, saying that it was not a curse, but a blessing, a sign of their changed natures, a sign of the special favor they might enjoy as new Myr, no longer barbarians trembling before ghosts and spirits, but civilized Myr, speaking directly to their immortal friends and patrons, the three faces of the tribunal. And we were all inspired by Sothasil's speech and vision, and took heart. And took heart. I love that. Okay. And over time, we crafted the customs and institutions of a just and honorable society, and the land of Resdain knew millennia of peace and equity and prosperity unknown to other savage races, right? Very nice to have that in there as well, to show, even in the height of their propaganda, they're still shitty to everybody else, right? If you ain't Dunmer, if you ain't once Chimer, fuck you, right? They're not interested in what's going on with everybody else, right? Even in the height of their propaganda, where they're painting themselves to be like, yeah, all of the institutions are supremely just and of utmost honor and everything. Ignore the giant moon prison where we're going to, fuck with people's minds and shit. Right? Don't worry about any of that. Okay. But beneath Red Mountain, Degathur had survived. And even as the light of our bold new world shined ever more brightly, beneath Red Mountain, the darkness gathered. A darkness that was close kin to the bright light that Sotha Sil coaxed from the heart of Lorkhan with the tools of Kagranak. As the darkness grew, we fought it and crafted walls to confine it, but we never could destroy it. For the source of the darkness was the same source as the source of our own divine inspiration. And in these latter days of Morrowind, reduced to a subjugated province of the Western Empire, as the glory of the temple fades and the dark tide rises from Red Mountain, we are reminded of Azura and her promised champion's return. We have waited, blind and in darkness, mere shadows drained of our ardent vision, in shame of our folly, in fear of our judgment, and in hope of our deliverance. We do not know if the Outlander claiming to fulfill the prophecies of the Nerevarine is our old companion Nerevar reborn, or a pawn of the Emperor, or a cat's paw of Azura, or some simple twist of fate. But we insist you adhere to temple doctrine and conform to the strictures dividing the Hierographa from the Apographa, and that you not speak that which must not be spoken openly. Act as a dutiful priest should, in accordance with your vows of obedience to the canons and archcanons, and all will be forgiven. Defy me, and you will know what it is to stand against a god. Signed, Vivek. Right? Man, very good. What a good bit of fucking writing, right? If the other one seemed a bit all over the place and tonally, inconsistent, this one is incredibly consistent, right? I guess because it is meant to be a transcript. I wonder if at a certain point in the game, you would be, maybe they plan for you to be able to see this play out, right? Because very clearly, this must be, especially given from what they say down here in the bottom latter parts of the note, this is during the events of the game, right? This interrogation of the dissident priest. They're talking about, well, I guess we don't know for sure, do we? But it sounds very likely that they're talking about our character being this potential Nerevarine, right? Man, so fucking good. And it seems so wild that, right, this would be a perfect, I don't know, almost cutscene. You know, this would make for a great cutscene in the middle of the game, or some big pivotal moment where a lot of truths come out, rather than through how Morrowind does deliver a lot of the truths, which is through dense Wikipedia-esque dialogue, right? Huh. But what's really wild is that it's so fucking good, right? What is there is so fucking good that even in the way in which it's delivered, very inefficiently compared to how it could have been, right? With some very esteemed exposition and all of that, setting a whole fucking stage and everything for shit to play out in front of the player. That all could have happened, but even so, even with it delivered to the player in this way, it's so fucking good that it almost doesn't matter, right? I mean, it does matter, but it being this good outweighs the delivery, right? Such is the way of Morrowind, huh? How very Morrowind. All right. Well, when next we come back, I guess we'll actually head into the fucking volcano area and we'll do a little bit of scouting around. We may also go hit up some areas outside as well, because we do have 2 whole notes to go through of similar length, right? Speaking of which, I better remember. Let me cross that one off the list, the Battle of Red Mountain. There we are. Good. But yeah, I think that one was more candid to that dissident priest, but even so, they did layer on some of the typical propaganda and whatnot, right? Which, once again, like I said, very Morrowind. You know, very Morrowind to have these sorts of, I don't know, just no straight answers really anywhere you look, right? And just as well, very, very Elder Scrollsy, you know? Okay, well, like I said, when next we come back, we're going into Red Mountain itself. We're going to hit up at least a few of these dungeons. Maybe we'll hit up some more beyond, outside of Ghost Fence and whatnot, because like I said, we we need the time, right? We could really easily go through a lot of this very rapidly, but I would love to get all of these things read at the ends of videos and whatnot, because, shit, as we just saw, there's some juicy shit. There's some really good, juicy shit. You know, even as weirdly as it's delivered, the exposition still kind of holds up. All right, until next time, please take care of each other.